So we're going to take a look at this scenario with Bruno, Roman, and Arica. Now, Bruno, he uses less resources when cooking, so he's a pretty strong house member. Now, Roman, good and bad. The good part is that in house defense terms, he presents some very strong house defense. So from a security perspective, it means that we don't have to rush the boards and door like we normally do. Arica, she moves quietly so she could sneak around places, which actually does play a part in this role if you force the Aniiversary Edition, which we've done, because that starts you out the ghost house. Now, the thing about the map with the ghost house is that it avoids what I think are overpowered locations, namely the garage, which if you get that on night one, you can pick up a hatchet and you're off to the races very quickly. One map gives you the bakery on night 3, which gives you guns early on, bullets, and if the thugs win, it gives you a ton of meds. And again, that's just an overpowered location. While there's a bug there, which and while that bug persists, then it's just very strong. But also the supermarket soldier, if you get that around day 4, that again is high-powered gun and bullets, and so the ghost house scenario avoids those overpowered locations. So we're just going to get 2 people busy digging. Let me see, we've got this map. Okay. So with 3 characters, we can easily get around. We can easily clear the house today. Where that's going to leave us is we're going to be short of being able to get any boards up today by about 10 components, I think. But we're not going to get raided on day 1 anyway. And from day 2, we've got Roman guarding the house, and it's not so essential to get boards up. But we also, in this scenario, we find a broken gun and also a knife. So not only do we have Roman guarding the house, but we've got an armed Roman. Because very often we're only armed with a crowbar early on, but in this scenario it gives us a knife. So, oh, this is that version of the map where you get 2 piles to dig through here, but only 1 down here, which kind of... There's numerous versions of this house. One, you only get 1 pile here, 1 pile here. Another one, you get a pile here and a pile here, which forces you to dig through 2 piles. But anyway, where were we? He needs to be here. Okay, metal desk. So I thought this version of the house had been discontinued, but I guess not. So to continue, he's going to have to wait for the crowbar here, but that's not a problem. So we're going to make a crowbar. We've got lots of locked boxes to unlock, and we're not going to have enough lockpicks, and we want to keep the lockpicks for some locations anyway. Guess we can get her down here and wait for this one. Oh, he can go. We want 1 bed. That's the knife that we find in this scenario. We can get by with 1 bed because we can have 1 sleeping at night, Roman guarding, and 1 out looting. So she can get going there, he can get going here. Okay, so that's 2 digging. We can forget about them for the time being. So Roman can get this box over here, and he's pretty much done for the day. We can dig through these at our leisure because they're not blocking our access to anything. So it's really just this and this to go. Okay, so if we have a look at what we want to be doing, the issue in this scenario is food. We're 10 components short of being able to get this improved. But also you need to treat Roman a little bit like Livia. If you remember, Livia, if you don't keep her fed and keep her bedded up and basically treat her with kid gloves, she leaves the house. And Roman's much the same, that you have to treat him with kid gloves, else he starts beating up the house and starts injuring some of the other house members. So you got a choice there. You can either keep him out the house where he can't do that, or treat him with kid gloves, and that's what we're going to do. So the feeding schedule for Arica and Bruno is going to stay on the normal starvation rations for the first 10 or 11 days, where they're going to eat days 5, 8 and 11, which is the minimum feeding schedule, which keeps them off of starvation. But Roman, we're gonna feed him on day 3, and then thereafter every odd day. That way he never gets to very hungry. If he doesn't get to very hungry, he's not going to build up the resentment which sees him explode on the house from about day 10 or 11 onwards. And it also means we are hoping to get cigarettes early too, because he smokes, and I guess we've got time to start digging these piles for convenience. But really we can end the day here once we get these 2 digging. We picked up all the piles, there's nothing really more to do. So we can end the day there. So Aniiversary Edition, as I mentioned, we get the ghost house, and this avoids all those overpowered locations, and it doesn't really matter who goes out at this point. We're going to sleep him, we're going to treat him with kid gloves throughout. She can sleep on the floor, and he can scavenge. It doesn't really matter who goes out at this stage. And we're going to pick the ghost house. The ruined villa, that's a sneak version, which that's where Arica's advantage might come in play, but also the semi-detached house. Oh, half of it's ruined, but this is a Bazzina, so it doesn't really matter. You need 2 saw blades there. But this one has a lot of really good stuff in it. But it's a sneak one. But we don't need to go there right now, so let's go to the ghost house, because there's no risk there, and all we need is 1 lockpick, and that's enough. So we're going to use this as our central pile here. Lockpick requirement is up here. And you get to force this door. There's another door to force down here. I think it's right there. And then there's a saw blade requirement right here. So there are 3 piles in here that we can't get to at this stage. But there's 1 pile here, there's a pile here, and there are piles here, here, and 1 in the fridge as well. All I'm going to do is run around, just pick up everything and put it into this this 1 pile here. So just consolidate everything into this 1 pile, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so we're back at our consolidated pile. We're just dumping off the last thing we picked up. So now everything is in this pile here. So at this stage, there's really nothing that needs to be built with any urgency. If we start to get attacked from night 2, which we're liable to be, Roman's going to be strong enough. He's got a knife, he's armed, so there's no real rush on the boards. It's just a question of what we want to take here. And the one thing I want to make sure is that if Franco comes on day 2, I don't know if he comes on day 2 in this scenario, I just want to make sure we can buy him out. So I'm taking all the tradables. But these gun parts may play a part as well. If we get at the point where we upgrade the weapon station, we're going to want a hatchet, and if Franco has gun parts, he's unlikely to have 5 or the 5 that we need. So we're going to need these. So ideally we don't come back to this location until we have a saw blade and can access the piles behind the saw blade. But actually I'm going to take the parts. I think that'll do for now. So day 2, and we've got a fair bit to trade with Franco if he comes today, but otherwise we've got nothing else to do. It's just really, we've got nothing to build, so we're just going to complete these piles here. Now Bruno's been out, he's tired, we need to get him to sleep straight away. The other 2 slept. We can get this upgraded, I think. Yep, so let's do that. So Arica's finished with the upgrading. Now we can't get any boards in yet because we're wood short, so there's really nothing we can build today. Now one thing that if we're going to be feeding Roman from day 3, it means that we need some food tomorrow. So that means we're going to have to cook. If we don't have a can, we're hoping Franco comes tomorrow. He can come on days 3, 4 or 5. If he comes tomorrow and he has a can, we could just buy the can and not make the cooker. But otherwise we're going to need the cooker. And to make the cooker we're going to need we need 8 components. Now we only have to make the 1 meal for Roman, which we can do with meat only, but if we can find a carrot tonight that would be useful too. So all we can do now is wait till 11, which is if we don't get a visitor by 11 then nobody's coming. So I'll see you at 11. No, 11 o'clock. So no visitors today, so there's nobody that we need to sleep because he's in bed already and we can end the day there. So now we've got the Shelled School and the church, so we're thinking about food. So let's go here, and this isn't going to give us any food though, that's the problem. Ruined Villa. So some people still supplies that like kind of food. So this is a strong option for the second night because it's going to give us food. And Arica comes into her own here quite a bit because now we're going to need Roman guarding, we're going to leave Bruno asleep, and we're going to have Arica, so we need 1 lockpick and scavenge. So this one you got 2 characters, you got her up here. Now of course Arica doesn't make any noise, so we can run with her. You can't run with other characters. So she has a pathing which is kind of down here, out through here, or up here. And we just want to avoid her. And there's a guy up here as well who does come down occasionally. So she usually starts here, comes down here. Now she's either going to go here or here. Okay, she's going there. She doesn't turn around. He doesn't come down till later, but she's going to come out relatively soon. So the useful stuff I'm going to take now. That's a good thing about Arica is that you can run her around, and I don't think she comes upstairs from here. So these are all the good things that we might want later. If you ran from here to here with any other character, he would hear you and he'd be down. So now we've already got enough good stuff that if we got caught we could just run for it and be safe, because she has to run up to him, tell him there's somebody in the house, and then he comes down. And he's the one with the gun, so he's the one who's liable to start shooting and wounding you. And here he comes now. So he does come into here, so we don't want to be there when he comes in. I think he might even come down here, I'm not sure. We'll see. Can he see us? But we can just run from here if it's a problem. If he does drop down, then we just run. So she's down here, we want her up here and out here so that we can get the food here, which is what we really came for. Although we got a lot of other good stuff. Close. Okay, so we're going to have to give some stuff up here. So we're going to have to go back there. We didn't get detected. And here's the lockpick requirement here. So we got time to go back and pick that up. I don't think she comes in here. I think she goes up here and out there. So in the meantime, we just get everything into here while she's still around and in our way. So we just want her out the way so that we can just get everything here. So we've still got stuff to do here. Oh, so he's out again. So where is she? There she is. So I just want to run up here, grab everything in here, and then get out. And then we've got everything we need, or everything we wanted from this trip. 150, we got enough time. So he's back up again. So we need her here, of course. And we've got a short window of time we can get up here and out again. Now if she comes down again and stays around this general area, we're going to have to give up on this, but we do have a can and a carrot, which is really all we needed, and enough components to make the cooker for tomorrow. Oh, back to the fridge. Alright, we still got time. Finally. Alright, let's go. So she comes back in, I think. So, yeah, we want to get out. So that really is an advantage with Arica, that you can do this a lot more quickly than normal because you can run with her. So now it's just a question of what we want to take. So in future we can get in and out to here. So we want tradables. We're likely to see. So we want that carrot. So we're pretty much all tradables here. That's enough for a hatchet as soon as we upgrade the weapon station. And we're going to want to come back here for the water if nothing else. So there's another big pile of stuff here too, so we can get out of here now. 4:30 just made it. But she spent a lot more time around here than normal, so I can normally do it more quickly than that. So day 3, and we can definitely buy out Franco now if he comes today. And we don't need him to have gun parts also. And we can feed Roman. So we've been raided, none of us were wounded. So who's tired? Get Roman to bed first. So we have one sleeping every night, which was Bruno last night, one out looting. So we just switched these two over, and one Roman wakes up. Actually, we'll feed Roman now. That way we don't forget. Actually, no, we'll I don't think I can make the cooker. No, but if Franco comes today, we will be able to. So I'm just going to wait until Franco comes, and I'll see you then. And 8:20, and here's Franco. So let's see what he's got. Now, a carrot would be nice because food being our issue, that would give us 2 meals. But no carrot. But the 2 cans are good, and we can buy them out. So this we definitely want, because we can start making cigarettes, which will keep Roman happy. And given that we've got a lot of these leaves, that's going to be useful as well, because as soon as we can make cigarettes, we'll be able to make 2 bandages there, which means we can give these 2 up because we'll be able to replace them. So this is all the expensive stuff. That'll be useful because that way we don't have to make any more, because every time we make a lockpick it's going to cost us 1 part and 3 components. So that saves us 3 parts and 9 components right there. These are going to be useful. So I'm guessing pretty expensive, but we've got a lot to trade. So 4 meds. And quite a bit of sugar, but that's a lot of expensive stuff right there. So we want all the components and all the wood. I think that's going to be too much. Yep. We'll do try harder. We're not going to be making alcohol, so we don't want the sugar. Should be able to do that with sugar. Now the cans would be nice, because food is the issue up to about day 11, at which point it ceases to be an issue. And I think we can get them. We're going to find more meds. Alright, there's nothing more we want there, so we're done. So now if we look at what we can make, we can start getting some boards in. So let's do that. Let's just get 2 of them in. Actually no, we're going to make the cigarette station and get the cigarettes cranking out. So we got 1 board in at least, and he can start getting the cigarettes out. So I'll be back when they're done. So they've both finished, and now Bruno can start getting on the cigarettes. And as I mentioned, we can make 2 bandages as well when we choose to. Not right now, don't need to. So that pretty much uses up all our components though. But it gives us cigarettes. They're all smokers, so that'll contribute to their morale. So not much left to do now. He's going to spend the rest of the day. He doesn't need to sleep or anything. So he's just got up. So that means Arica can go back to sleep. Now don't forget we're going to feed Roman day 3, 5, 7. Basically 3 and then every odd day thereafter. And we don't need to make a cooker right now. So we've got 3, 4, 5 meals there. So we're good until day 7 right now. Which is a pretty nice start because food can be an issue, but that's where the ruined villa comes in. And seeing the advantages of Arica moving quietly as well, that's a bonus. So he's fed, nothing more to do there. She'll be good by the end of the day. He needs to keep going, we can end it there. So now we've got the airport, which has got a lot of really good stuff. Small apartment building. That's another sneaky one, which Arica also has an advantage in because she can run around at the top of there without the older guys seeing. So she can do it faster than the other guys. Shell School, that's got a lot of good stuff. Airport, that's another safe location where it's got a lot of good stuff. For now, I think we can just go back here, and we can just leave the airport Shell School for now. It doesn't really matter who goes. Roman needs to guard. He can sleep and scavenge. So I'm just going to take this pile and consolidate it down here. So there's another can there. So their pathing, as we saw, is just this guy is this way. She kind of hangs around here, but they don't come into here. So from now on, we can just come down here, and we've got all this stuff that we can take. There's another big pile of stuff here, components and parts. So we've got a lot of stuff to take from here. There's another pile over here I want to get hold of as well. So it depends on her movements when we get it. But again, it's just components and wood. So we just need her to be out the way. So just going to wait here a while until she goes back in here. Oh, there she is. She's up there. Okay, we're good. And even if we get detected, which we might do, that's what I wanted. Okay, we can get out. Again, you can't do all this running with other characters. That's where Arica is useful. Alright, so we're not going to see Franco for 3 more days. Just bear in mind that we do have these food items here. Now as far as we're going to need that at some point. Parts. Definitely. I'm just going to go components for now and see where we are when we get back. We can run from here and there's no problem. So I'm going to end it there rather than run too long, and be back with some further episodes to cover days 4 through about 12, at which point we should be getting relatively comfortable and where we can see it out to the end of the war. So hopefully see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.